everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Since we can't meet in person, we are going to be virtually cooking together. Today, we're going to be making whole foods, plant-based, vegan enchiladas. First, we are going to watch a short clip of an interview with Dr. Michael Clapper. He is the author of Vegan Nutrition as he explains the benefits of choosing a whole foods, plant-based diet and lifestyle.
For over 30 years, Dr. Michael Clapper has been advocating for a plant-based diet to combat and prevent chronic illness. This can change your life. He's in New Zealand to speak at the Nutrition and Healthcare Symposium, which is a fancy word for meeting, I suppose, or conference at Auckland University. And he joins me now. Michael, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Yeah, what is a plant-based diet? What are we eating?
Right. It's a diet based on whole plant foods. It's the same diet we're eating now without the meat and the dairy and the hydrogenated oils and the refined sugars. It's based on colorful salads and hearty lentil stews and bean burritos and vegetable soups and colorful fruits and all sorts of international cuisine, East Indian, Mexican, Chinese. You can make this in any cuisine you like, and you can have all you want. It's guilt-free eating.
Okay, so no meat?
No meat.
No meat, no dairy?
No dairy.
Okay, and what else can't we have?
Those are the most important things, but we want whole plant foods. We don't want the cookies and the cakes and the baked goods and refined sugars and all these
all the sweet treats.
Foods.
Okay, and so if we go on a plant-based diet, so we've suffered and faced issues around our weight and everything. So if we go plant-based, how quickly can you turn our life around?
Oh, we see within days the obesity starts melting away, the arteries open up, the high blood pressure comes down, the joints stop hurting, the psoriasis skin clears up, the asthma goes away. It's a remarkable phenomenon, but really those diseases are caused by the current Western diet base that sends a flood of cooked animal muscle and dairy protein and hydrogenated oils and sugars through our bloodstream hour after hour. No wonder we're getting obese.
Well, this is nature's medication.
Yes, really, absolutely. You know, if you've been putting diesel fuel in your gasoline-burning engine, it's going to follow the engine, and that's what we've been doing nutritionally. This is a clean-burning fuel that makes the engine run just great, and you stay out of the clutches of people like me.
I like that.
What about protein, iron, calcium? Do you get enough of that from the diet? And if not, where do you go to get it?
Oh, absolutely. The biggest, strongest animals on the planet, elephants, buffaloes, giraffes, gorillas, grow to thousands of pounds of mammalian muscle without ever eating cheeseburgers. We certainly can get all the protein we need out of grains and beans and legumes and pulses, as you say, the lentils and the beans and the chickpeas, quinoa. There's lots of protein in a plant-based diet. All protein basically grows out of plants, so that's what the animals eat. It's not an issue. And calcium is, cows don't drink milk. Where do they get that calcium? It's in the green vegetables that they're eating. It's in the grasses. Well, it's in the broccoli and the kale and the collards, and there's plenty of calcium around. It's not a problem.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned apes and monkeys, because if I'm not allowed to have my bread, I'll come across this table at you like a spider monkey. I promise that, all right? Can I still have my bread?
Less is more. It's a treat food. It should be had a couple times a week.
Grainy bread, though, is that?
Oh, if you're going to be eating bread, absolutely, you want those dark, hearty breads full of where you can see the grains in the slice of the bread. Absolutely.
Fish. What about fish? I'm one of this country's finest fishermen.
Yeah.
Can I have my fish?
It's we've used fishing up. The fish are getting so polluted with herbicides and pesticides and mercury. Why would you want to eat that? And plus, we're clear cutting the oceans. We're strip mining them. There's going to be nothing in the oceans but jellyfish for our children.
But what's the best meat to have?
Let them off the hook.
Okay, you're not into meat at all. But what, if we're going to have a meat, is fish the best one?
I think they're all problematic. And,
okay, of course you do. Yeah.
The fish, they're toxic and they're disappearing. It's enough. We've used it up.
Even the ones you catch, like if you catch them in the ocean, you're still saying the fish are toxic.
Oh, absolutely. You send it off to a laboratory and ask them to analyze for pesticides and mercury. You'll be shocked at the numbers you get back.
There goes your jet ski, Mark. Hey, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. Mark's got some chocolates to give away, but you won't be doing that, will you?
No.
Do you still run? Do you run 8Ks a day?
I run 8Ks a day, and I'll have a couple of squares of dark chocolate once or twice a week. Dark chocolate, not milk chocolate. Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. What's a dark chocolate?
Well, I have one or two squares a week.
There you go. There's three little triangles in that.
Well, okay. Well, they'll ask me for 3 weeks. Fair enough. Thank you very much.
To review, whole foods diets lowers risks for heart disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. Fruits and vegetables contain an array of nutrients, fiber, and antioxidants. Whole foods diets avoid unhealthy fats like trans fats and saturated fats, and whole foods include fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains with minimal processing. Most importantly, a whole foods diet is good for you. Why plant-based? First off, no animals were harmed in the making of this meal. Second, plant-based diets reduce your risk for cardiovascular and other diseases. Third, plant-based diets help manage weight. Fourth, a third of greenhouse gas emissions come from agricultural farming. By eating plant-based, we can reduce this. It also lowers blood pressure and cholesterol, and it is a more sustainable way of living. Before we get started on everything else, we are going to soak a half cup of raw cashews in very hot water for an hour. This is one of our favorite go-to dishes, and it is so easy. The first thing we are going to do is make the enchilada sauce. Because a whole foods plant-based diet is optimal without any salt, we aren't going to use any kind of canned or store-bought sauce. We are going to make our own. You can start by putting 3 tablespoons of whole wheat flour into a container and set that aside. You're going to add 2 tablespoons chili powder, a 1/4 teaspoon cumin, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon oregano, and just a dash of cayenne pepper. Step 1, combine the dry spices in a small bowl and stir to incorporate. Go ahead and set that aside for now. Step 2, heat a skillet over medium heat. When the skillet is heated, add the flour and dry spices. Dry stir constantly to heat the flour and release the fragrance of the spices. This will take approximately 2 to 3 minutes. Step 3, stir in the tomato sauce, one tablespoon tomato paste, and 3 cups water. Stir until well combined, smooth, and slightly thickened. Continue stirring over medium heat, then lower to a simmer. Let that simmer for 10 minutes. Next, we are going to heat up some beans, pinto, black bean, whatever you like. We believe the more the merrier when it comes to beans. This time, we had kidney beans and black beans in the cupboard, so those are the ones that we use. Step 1 is to dice the ingredients you will need. This is where you get to have some fun in deciding what to include in your enchiladas. Today I used 2 bell peppers, 1 onion, and 2 jalapenos. Now we are going to saute the veggies. We're not going to use any oil because it's not great for you, so we are going to substitute oil for vegetable broth. This allows the onion, peppers, and jalapenos to cook together without drying them out. This is where it can get a little messy. We're going to mix our sauteed veggies and our beans together. We're going to take that mixture and roll it into corn tortillas. Please repeat until the pan is full or until the tortillas or the mixture is gone. Finally, we are going to pour the sauce over the enchiladas and bake them in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes or until crispy. Now that the enchiladas are finished, we are going to go get those cashews we started soaking beforehand. When you soak these raw cashews, remember that you want to leave them in very hot water for about an hour. Once those are drained, pop them in the blender with lime juice, avocado, and chopped cilantro. We're going to blend that until it is creamy and smooth. Now that the avocado crema is done, go ahead and drizzle that on top of your enchiladas. Then you can add whatever toppings you like. I usually add cilantro, avocado, and hot sauce to mine. Since we have some extra time, I'd like to introduce you to a fun game I like to call This or That. in which I will give you two options of different foods, and I want you to pick this one or that one. Which one is better for you, red grapes or green grapes? The answer is red grapes. Most health experts would suggest that you choose red over green grapes. Red grapes get their color from disease-fighting antioxidants called flavonoids. What's better for you, green bananas or yellow bananas? According to Spoon University, the answer is green bananas. Green bananas have a high resistant starch content and a low sugar content, so those who suffer from type 2 diabetes are better off eating a green banana than a yellow one. Green, unripe bananas also help you absorb nutrients like calcium better than ripe bananas can. Which one is better for you, iceberg lettuce or romaine lettuce? The answer is romaine lettuce. Nutritionally speaking, romaine is deemed superior to iceberg. Romaine is packed with nutrients including vitamins A and C and good amounts of folic acid and magnesium. The darker green leafy parts provide more nutritional value than the white crunchy centers, but all of it provides fiber in a healthy diet. Which one is better for you, extra virgin olive oil or butter? The answer is extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil has significantly less saturated fat than that of butter.